really kind of provided us with the confidence we needed to springboard this big idea. The township needed a new focus. We're known as quite a quirky creative community, and you fitted the mold. Dreamer really fitted the mold of what we were looking for. We'd seen their body of work. It really, I suppose, they'd done big projects that looked the way we needed them to. We took a big risk. There was a lot of money going into it as far as the traders were concerned. We needed the idea to work. We needed somebody that was really astute and confident in their abilities. And Dreamer came with all of that. The team at Dreamer, not only do they have this incredible sort of customer focus, they also have incredible creativity and energy and an eye for detail, which was needed because some of the tech that we were using was precise. It was a bush Christmas. We were going to do 10 activations. We needed 10 characters, each doing something that celebrated Christmas. So we came together, we sat together, we riffed, we got those ideas up and running really on our first walkthrough, the township, and things started to come alive. And then we just batted back and forth together and developed these ideas into something that I think has made the township richer, better, and now we're starting to see that in terms of conversion for the bigger picture, which is foot traffic through the township. And we love it. We absolutely love it.
And from our perspective, the technology, this was an opportunity to do something that hadn't been done before. We wanted to really push the envelope around using augmented reality to really tell a story, a narrative through a town, at the same time using great technology, but at the same time making it really creative, really engaging, really fun, and obviously in sticking with the brief to make it quirky and Belgrave like, in that the story was, very unique to the town.
Yeah, we want to stamp Belgrave, the township. The overall big picture was Belgrave becoming the first augmented reality township in Australia. So we needed to start big. We know we want to continue. We're staying with Dreamer. I don't know what's next, but if the creative enterprise that sits over with that team continues, then I think the sky's the limit, and the traders absolutely love what they're seeing.
Because you wanted the augmented reality to happen in specific spots throughout the town. And one of the challenges of that was that we realized very quickly that GPS on its own was not able to deliver that level of accuracy. And with some of the stories that you put together, we had to interact with real world objects. And so we couldn't really get it wrong in terms of it had to be in a specific spot. And so one of the challenges for us was, once we realized that GPS wasn't going to give us what we wanted, we had to try to identify some sort of other solution. And so we developed what we believe is the world's first hybrid technology, which uses a combination of marker and markerless to generate a very accurate augmented reality experience in situ. And so we were excited by the notion of having augmented reality being pushed to that level of accuracy, but we were also excited about being involved in the creative process and being part of the creative process to actually help tell the story. So for us, it was an opportunity to take a project from concept all the way through to implementation, which included all of the creative, which really extended our team, extended our imagination, extended our vision for the technology and how it could be used. So it was a fantastic experience for us too. It was very symbiotic to have that sort of relationship and that trust.
It always felt like it was going to come to pass, and that, from a client perspective, that's the most important thing, having that really kind of balanced and focused and measured approach with the client. It really gave us a sense of peace, and I think completed the final product perfect.
So from a technology point of view, just how the experience works, basically what we did was we designed 10 decals to be printed throughout the town. And so the idea behind that is that the decal would mark where the experience would begin from. The user would scan the decal would be recognized through our software, an anchor would be placed where the decal is, and then the 3D content would be placed in situ based on the reference point of the decal.
Right.
So it's a really new tech, and something that we know has created a new trend and will be a new trend going forward with regards to really accurate augmented reality experiences without GPS being involved in the process. It's basically accessible through a mobile phone, a tablet, and an app. One of the drivers for us to take the project on was the notion of sustainability.
Yes.
And the notion that you wanted to be Australia's first augmented reality town, and we wanted to be a part of that. So, but the sustainable piece was really interesting for me, and one of the unique drivers for us taking the project on and really going with it was the notion of how do you continue to tell stories through technology without really using anything else to keep that story going.
Yes.
Completely sustainable, obviously, completely
yes.
Free and no environmental impact whatsoever.
Actually, that's very true. Yes.
So that was a really interesting thing. And the notion that you were committed to constantly telling a different story throughout the course of the year and really getting that sustainable, repeatable use of the technology was something that really was very attractive for us, because we felt that you had the vision,
yes,
which is the same vision that we share, around the use of the technology being used in a sustainable, repeatable way.
You know, we wanted to reduce our packaging, reduce environmental impact, and reduce our footprint. They were the key elements, weren't they?
They were.
And so the digital experience allows us to do that because it's all it's sitting out there ready to be consumed with a thing that already exists for the phone.
Exactly.
The tablet.
Exactly.
The township is filled with art, which is just waiting to erupt.
Absolutely.
It's waiting to come to life in a different way. So then it's art kind of mimicking art on itself.
Yeah, it's a different
Do you know
form.
what I mean?
Over the top.
And that's the next step. You're right. For the township is kind of building on those layers and patterns.
So I guess to conclude, in summary, how was your experience with Dreamer, and how, were you happy with the results? And
I think the experience with Dreamer has been absolutely incredible. We've been sort of surprised at every point, ecstatic at the result, kind of overwhelmed that so many people have come to visit the township. It's sort of on fire, and it's given us inspiration in terms of where we're going to go to next. And that's the most exciting thing, the where to next. We know it works. We know why it works. We know it can work in different ways. And I think for a township such as this, with the people that we've got, with the traders as they are, I think the sky's the limit for us in terms of creativity and what can happen here. So yeah, we're really grateful to Dreamer for making that happen and for being an amazing enterprise.